So, Daniel, very
Yes!
special After Dark.
Oh man,
No Joe,
no Jezzer.
Daniel and Johnny are in charge.
Hey!
Daniel and Johnny are in charge.
Come on.
Rocky loves Emily.
Hey!
Daniel and Johnny
Shut
are
the
in charge.
fuck up and get the fucking fuck back to work!
Yeah!
Oh no.
No, let's go. I ain't Jezzer, motherfucker. I am not Jezzer. Woo! What's up, everybody?
right.
Welcome to After Dark. One time only.
Ooh, that's
So,
right. I love
pretty
it.
hot,
Love
pretty hot,
it.
right? Pretty
Hey
hot, right?
man, I am excited for it. But,
So am I.
But honestly though, you're just gonna sit right there, like we're not, cause
We cut that bit, Daniel. We cut that bit.
when when did we?
If you come to dress rehearsals, you would know that we cut that bit.
Oh, you gonna
Yeah.
play me like that, like in front of all these people? You just gonna?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you be on time, you get it on time.
You suck!
hey, you know what? We got a show to do, man. All right, whatever.
Here's the
whatever.
thing. Ignoring the chair, because it's so damn nice, and so is the desk.
Ooh,
But,
I know. Like, look at this upgrade.
I know, we got a nice little green screen action going right here. Look at that
God.
current. Conan would be jealous. But check it out. Before we get started, though, how's your week been going?
Fantastically, man. My week's been pretty good. Been enjoying a lot of R&R. Yeah, that's been a lot of my weeks. No, honestly, no, I did a lot of R&R. We are currently kind of producing an audio drama.
Oh, cool.
It's a Star Wars themed audio drama. That's all I can say. People will start to hear about it soon.
Dope.
So yeah, huh?
Well-
Look at me, I'm doing grown-up things.
Props to you. Well
Thank
done,
you,
sir. Well
thank
done,
you.
sir. Well, I've been a little bit excited myself because Game of Thrones is about to start on Sunday.
Oh,
Like, I'm sorry, but here's the thing. I've been a Game of Thrones fan since like day one. Like before they start calling Game of Thrones, I was calling like Fire and Ice.
Oh.
Everything about it is that like sadly enough, the author is not going to finish these books.
you think he's gonna die? Because I heard he was kind of sick or something.
I don't think he. I think honestly, at this
People get
point-
afraid though when he has a cold.
Low key, because they really want to see. They really want to see like his version of the book.
Yeah.
Like when he goes Hachu, they're like, oh shit.
This is it. This is it. Tell me your secrets.
Exactly. Who rules all the kingdoms?
Exactly right.
Who sits on the throne?
But what I did hear that he told the creators and the showrunners that what's gonna happen, who's gonna end it.
Yeah,
blah,
so
blah,
pretty much it was
etc.
actually his test because like what people
Yeah.
don't know is like when they came in, a bunch of people came in to ask to be the showrunners for it. So when they came in, he asked them just very simply, "Who's Jon Snow's mother?" And because he had to put all the clues there in the book.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were able to prove that. And then once he proved that, they were like, all right, cool. And then later on, as the shows are going on, because they've been worried about that exact same thing, it's like, will sadly he pass away before like they finish his story? So he has gone ahead and filled them in about how he plans to end everything. Now, granted, the thing about it is that the author has his own way of ending things versus what the TV show's doing. So there will be differences.
Well, my problem is, dude, the dude's going around writing like 20 other books and doing all this other stuff instead of just finishing the freaking books.
Exactly.
Like, yo, you got fans who want to see the finishes, and what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to play Tiddlywinks. What are you doing, man? Like, come on, seriously.
Like low key, he's going around writing like Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic and whatnot. Like, he's over here watching like Dungeon Dice Monsters, like Part 5 and shit, instead of just sitting down and just writing the damn ending to the book. Like,
Blue Eyes
seriously.
White Dragon, go for it! Like he just, damn it,
Damn, but just
Another
get
dragon.
to work. But here's the thing though. So like, are you looking forward to a new season?
Come on, man. It is all I have been thinking about, all I've been talking about. I can't wait for it to happen because it's going to be one of the biggest things ever, man. Like Jon Snow, we've got Cersei still doing everything that she's doing. Shame on her. But I'm down to see who is going to sit on the throne. But I also want to know what's going on with my White Walkers. I want a little bit more on that. I know that we're going to have some prequels and stuff going on too. So, I mean, give it all to me. I'm here for all the smoke.
Nice. I am super excited because again, I want to see how this all ends. My big thing is like who's going to sit on the Iron Throne, and I'm also just going through my mind like who's going to die. Like, spoiler alert here. And do me a favor if you can, let us know in the chat who you think is going to die. It should be up soon. I'm predicting. This sounds crazy.
Oh boy.
I think Daenerys might die by the end of this. Now, here's the reason why. As we know, he's not scared to kill main characters because he can kill Jon Snow. He ain't killed Ned Stark.
Dude,
and
he killed Jon Snow, but Jon Snow came back. He rose from the dead.
Exactly. He came back like Michael Jordan wearing the 4-5.
There you go.
True. Take aim at you.
True.
Leave me hanging.
True.
Boom.
I like it.
But here's the thing, though. So looking at it, I think he'll probably kill Daenerys because, again, there's always no, like, straight-up happy ending. And the thing about it is, though, I feel at the end that Jon Snow will be the one to roll, like, the entire kingdom. And I think, because he won't kill Jon again, it would be repetitive. I think he just might go ahead and kill Daenerys.
Well, I mean, also an unhappy ending would be for Jon Snow, apparently, where they're like, hey, Jon, nobody told you, but she's kind of like your sister, your cousin, you know, you're banging a relative, you know. For Jon, that's one of the worst things ever.
Ooh,
so then he'll be like, no, and that's how they end it.
And that's why I think too.
She's right on top of him. He's like, oh no, this is horrible. And she's like, for the kingdom or whatever, for the north or whatever. I don't know.
And then afterwards, he's like just standing in the hallway, like sipping an ale. Some old janitor's there with a mop. Is like, you know, that's your aunt. And he goes right back to mopping and everything.
He's like, what? For the north! He just, I don't know. He doesn't know what to do left.
And it cuts to black. But Loki, I think that's the reason why they would kill Daenerys, because like they might kill her before he ever discovers that, and just kind of wrap everything up. And then he'll rule like the Seven Kingdoms and everything like that.
Dude, but
because think about it, if he finds out, he would be kind of maybe distraught over that.
But we need her dragons to take on the ice dragon now, and then kind of kill the White Walker King and all of those people with dragon fire. If she goes away, those dragons aren't going to care about nobody.
No.
After that, she's dead. They're like, well, I guess that's it for us. They're going to clock out and leave. And then everybody else is like, oh, no, we need the dragons. And they're like, just flying away.
Flying away. Charizard, no.
Yeah, right. Deuces, and just flap away. Nothing's going to happen.
But I think what's also going to be dope as well is like, take out the dragons, take out Jon Snow, take out Daenerys. It'll be see all these other smaller storylines like wrap up. Like Reek's been tortured and gone through like all this stuff. Granted, he deserves some of it, but hopefully he'll get his redemption towards the end.
Really?
Arya.
No, Reek had his chance for redemption. He failed us. He is like Arrow. He's failed the city. It's over for him. Get rid of Reek. You know what? Reek has had his moment now. Reek, P.S., you're a bitch. So I guess you deserve to die and just be done with it. That's it. Look, I said that and I sit on the throne.
There you are.
Okay, I'm right.
Not the real throne.
What?
Nothing, sorry. But anyway.
Nothing, dress rehearsal, huh?
Nothing, don't
knock this mic right down.
But here's the thing. Arya. Does Arya see it to the end?
I hope so, man. I want to see Arya just show up and stab Cersei with needle. That it would be therapeutic for me.
Honestly.
But that's the problem. That would also be a happy ending.
Exactly.
And George, once again,
George R. R. Martin
there are
doesn't do those
no
things.
happy endings, he says. He says real life has no happy endings. So with that being the case, you think maybe it would be even sadder if she never gets to actually meet her. Like, Cersei just runs away. And leaves Jaime completely distraught. Like, oh, I loved you, but I hated you. You're my sister, and you had my kid. All that stuff. And just leaves him off.
I can see that. It would be sad and terrible.
Yeah, it would. But then, I mean, he'd have, what's her name? The chick from Star Wars. Big one.
Brienne of Tarth?
Yeah, big one.
I low key hope that is the happy ending they get. Well, actually,
will that be happy?
because
poor
Jaime,
how the mighty have fallen.
Because the halfling dude is really into the wild.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of want those two.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, my how you have fallen. You're gonna take this woman from the dude who's like, yeah, I really love her, and he's like, well, you're just here you're holding the place for me. Like, nah, that's messed up. So I think that would be a nice happy ending also. But then. No happy ending. So leave him without a happy ending too. Everyone gets screwed.
Because I mean, here's the thing: at the end of this, we know people are going to have. They're going to be like, there's going to be some happy endings, but there's going to be a lot of unhappy endings. Sally,
why don't we just let the White Walker King, Night King, sit on the throne and everything?
No,
sit on the throne and everything.
Why?
Everyone's dead because. You can't kill zombies. I don't care what happens. Zombies will always win. Because once someone dies, and if there's no virus that has to go through, someone dies and he just walks around on battlefield, touching hands, dead people. His army is growing. There's no way to stop that, man. His growth is beyond exponential. It's humongous. It literally is an epidemic. He goes across battlefields with people dead and just touch. touch, all of a sudden everybody's getting up.
Pretty much, he's the walking rendition of Monster Reborn.
Yes.
But here's what we do, though. So here's the thing. If you want to hear us talk more and more about Game of Thrones, tune in tomorrow. We're going to do a quick review of the first episode. So tune in to Sci Factor. We'll catch a quick glimpse there. And we'll also be uploading a special video. And we'll see if Daniel's theory comes through when everybody dies. But here's the thing. Moving on. So getting started. So here's the thing.
Oh, it's going to be on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook.
It's going to be on Facebook. That's right.
So here's the thing. For this very special edition of After Dark, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to interview somebody, and everyone's been asking, like, hey, wait, how do you get started in Hollywood? How do you bring it to the Hollywood industry? How do you do these things? Well, guess what? A lot of our hashtaggers have a great deal of experience in there. So today, we're going to be doing a very dope interview with somebody who actually is, like, broke into Hollywood before, who's worked on sets, who has all this great experience.
Well, broken in, like, you mean, like, he just, like, unlocked something and walked on? Like that?
No, not this guy. No, like,
okay.
No. Like, no, Shay's talented. So I'm looking forward. Like, Shay knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, about that. He wasn't available.
Daniel?
Like, well, I'm here.
Yeah, you were supposed to get Shay.
Once again, not available. Like,
all right,
fully?
Okay.
You know.
So McDahlia's here. I didn't see her. Well, so McDahlia's coming in.
She's out of town, so that's like another kind of.
Daniel, who did you get? Who did you get, Daniel?
Okay, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna really be excited about this guest. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that this person's here because no one else was available. So you're like, yeah.
Daniel, answer me this question: does this guest live in a house?
You know, house is like a broad term. Okay,
Daniel.
Okay.
No, you did
a
not
house
get
is a home.
Daniel.
It just anywhere you kind of put it together. Isn't every house a home? And isn't every home a house? And love is
Daniel. I literally went out and got cookies and water for this guest. Who did you get?
Is he? Could you guys let him out? Let him out, and then just bring him in. Just could you bring him in for me? Just
no. Please God, no.
Yeah.
Please God, no.
No, I said I didn't want to do
Oh
it.
my God!
All right, this is great.
Well, fine, at least I got water.
Could you
This is for real guests.
oh.
This seriously?
Man, look, I didn't. Could you scoot over just a little bit? Just,
Fuck you.
oh, come on! God, it's a show nonetheless.
Oh, God.
Look, guys,
God.
we're all here together, and
Oh, God.
hashtag. Woo!
Oh,
Come
God.
on, guys. Hashtag on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I hate you, Daniel.
Oh, wow.
I hate you too.
What strong feelings, guys? Strong feelings.
So anyway,
God.
Why am I here?
so I guess let's start.
You got questions?
Sure. Question number 1. Fuck you.
Well, I don't think that's a question. I don't.
Answer it.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Son
Wow.
of a bitch.
I mean, wait. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
That's a
Fuck you.
Ah. Fuck you.
What is happening here?
Fuck you. Okay. All right.
No. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck you.
Okay, guys. Thanks. This is great. This is great.
At least we
you know
agree on
what?
something.
You agreed to. Well, not agreed, but
Okay.
All right,
All right. Let's
let's-
see what you're saying.
yeah.
So
Let's move
all
on.
right.
Move
So
on.
apparently you did work in Hollywood. You have done some things and whatnot. You live in a box, but I mean, fuck.
It's not a box. It's a car.
so pretty much he's doing better than anyone who ever worked at Starbucks.
All right. Look. Here's the thing. You can learn from failure, and that's going to be
That
one of
is
these
a fact.
moments.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully tonight you will learn.
Actually,
From
Josh
failure.
Trank just posted about that.
There you go. See?
And you know who else has failed harder than him?
Fantastic Four, man.
What is the background? Is that your house?
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, but here's the thing, though. Seriously.
Nope, that is Fantastic Four going down in flames.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's go. So here's the
Makes
thing.
sense.
So Josh, you have had Hollywood experience and everything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I've read on the back of Milk Carton that you actually did go to school for screenwriting, and you've done like all these like cool things and whatnot. Serious thing. People who want to bring into Hollywood, they do want to like hear about your experience and whatnot. It's just pretty much all we got. So
Thanks.
Jeez.
so just start us off and everything like that. Why did you choose to go to school for screenwriting as opposed to like actually just coming out here? Because some people say you just come out here and network and get started.
Right.
Why did you choose to go to school for screenwriting?
So I come from like a really weird background. So I initially got a degree in technical theater production. Like I wanted to do lights, I wanted to do sound, not be in front of the camera like I am now, or doing like other things. I wanted to build stuff and make things look pretty, and make things sound pretty. But instead, I got a job selling software where I was making a lot of money. So I stopped doing that stuff. I hated my life after a couple of years of doing that, and it was like, all right, what am I going to do? So my choices really were, I could either go back to school, or I can take all the money that I've saved up over the past few years, move out to Hollywood, and just try it. The problem is, I didn't know anyone that lived out here. So while I could have tried to make connections just moving out here and going around and doing things, I figured it would probably be a better option to go to school first, make connections with the people I was in class with, because hopefully a lot of them would want to do the same thing. So I'd be moving out here with people who wanted to do the same thing, and we could all network together.
Okay, so that makes sense, and that's a good plan. So let me ask you this though: now that you've been doing this for the past like about 15 years?
No. I've been doing this for about 6 years now. I moved out here in 2012.
Okay. So that's
7
pretty
years.
dope, though, because going through your resume, even though you moved out here in 2012, you worked on The Lone Ranger, you worked on, like, National Geographic, narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
You've worked on a lot of projects, including, like, reality TV.
Yeah, I've worked on a lot of big things, a lot of small things. Like, my first job was making $75 a day, working 20-hour days on an independent movie that was shooting in Georgia.
That is crazy. That's a lot of money, too.
$75 a day?
Oh, day? I thought the hour. Oh, good Lord. Oh, God, no. I'm sorry.
No. Like the end of my day was usually with the other PAs, like sitting with our phones, figuring out how much we made an hour, and it usually came out to like $3.
Oh my gosh, Josh.
It was horrible. Like the movie came out great, but just it was long days, tedious work, and because I was one of only 2 other PAs, it was rough.
But you're saying, go ahead, Dan.
Was that more for the love of just the craft, or
that was for experience making connections. A lot of people will go the internship route, and they'll apply for unpaid positions, either with the studio or with a talent agency or whatever it is that they want to do. I was lucky enough that I made friends with people who were already working in the industry when I was in school. So I was working as a PA while I was in college, and then my teacher, one of my professors, was teaching a not a screenwriting class, but like almost like a production class. And then he wrote a movie, and he got it financed, and was directing it. So he was like, "You want to work on it?" I was like,
"Oh, cool."
Yes.
So it looks like for you, going to school like gave you that network that you needed before moving out here. So it gave you that safety net.
That's the only thing that I got out of school.
Now let me ask you this though. So to talking to our audience, and now we have Toy Story 4 background going on.
I mean, what do you write there? That's pretty much me all the time.
Okay, so let me.
Why?
So let me ask you this: like, talking to our hashtag audience, people who want to work in like different fields and whatnot, people who want to work in like Hollywood or comics or like in television and whatnot. Let me ask you this: talking to them, which one would you recommend at this point? Would you recommend going the school route or just packing up everything, just moving to LA, just like trying to network?
I mean, it kind of depends. It's hard to network out here only because I shouldn't say that. It's both easy to network and it's hard to network. It's easy to network because everyone and their mother out here wants to work in production in some capacity. So you're anywhere you go, you're going to find people who work in the field. That doesn't mean that they're going to be able to get you a job. Someone might just be a PA on something, and they don't know you from anyone else. So chances are they have a whole list of people that they're like, oh well, I owe this guy a job, I owe this guy a job, I owe this guy a job. Why am I going to give a job to this person who doesn't know absolutely anything yet, has never worked on set, and I don't even know them? So you could also conversely run into someone who's like, oh yeah, you know what, I actually need someone. Like my first week out here, I was working at Nickelodeon in Orlando, and I was just doing like lighting and sound design type stuff for their hotel, and then I got a call for a job that I had applied for out here for the Food Network, and they were like, "Hey, can you come in for an interview tomorrow?" And this was on like Thursday, and I was like, I'm working on another show right now. I can come in on Monday. Is that cool? And the guy was like, yeah, that'll work. Get out of work, start calling everyone I fucking know that works for an airline. I'm like, do you have a buddy pass? Can you get me a discount on a plane ticket out to LA? I will fly standby. I'll ride cargo, jump seat. I don't care. I need to be out there by Monday. So a friend of mine had one. He was like, here, yeah, you can take this. All day Saturday was spent traveling from. I had to go from Orlando to Tampa, from Tampa to Austin, from Austin to Denver, from Denver to Las Vegas, and then from Las Vegas finally out here to LA.
You flying Southwest or Spirit? What the hell is that?
So because I was standby, it was always like, okay, well, here's the next flight that we can get you on that gets you closer to
the destination.
Exactly. I had the same situation when I tried to fly to Vegas from California using Spirit. They sent me to Florida.
Are we in Monsters Mouth now?
And then Texas, and then after that,
that's to get to Vegas.
It's Spirit. It makes no sense at all.
We're in Jaws' mouth.
that sounds
is that Jaws? Right. Is it?
Well, yeah, that's
go
If you're interested in working in Hollywood,
I will say this: at least we're with the winner.
You should watch a movie called Swimming with Sharks. It was Kevin Spacey, the dude from Career Opportunities, and a couple of other people. But it's all about like trying to get ahead in Hollywood and how far are you willing to go to do it. Anyway, back to my story. Mm-hmm. So I got out here. I interviewed with them on Monday. Ended up not getting the job because by the end of the day they were like, you know what, we actually don't need this PA position anymore. So sorry. So I was like, cool. I just spent like 30 hours at the airport to get out here for not getting a job. But I knew that was a risk. You know, because as far as they knew, I lived here in LA. Right. I didn't want to tell them anything different. So I had time out here. I was like, all right, I can either go back to Florida now, or I could try and find a job again.
Okay.
So over the course of the next week, I was staying with a friend in Long Beach. I drove up to LA every day. I found out online where movies were shooting, and I would go and crash the set. I found the set for Chuck when that was shooting. I found the set for Argo when that was shooting, and there was something else I found to say, the New Girl, I think it was. I found that set. Wow. And I would just find the production manager or the coordinator and be like, hey, do you guys need anyone? Did anyone not show up today? Can I work as a PA? And nothing worked out except for Chuck. I ended up not being able to find a job on that because it ended up being the last season, and they had just hired a PA like the day before I got there. But they were like, if you want to sit down and watch, feel free to do it. So I got to sit down and watch like an actual TV show on the set shooting, which was my first time ever being able to do that. So that was really cool.
And it's like a learning experience because you picked up so many different things.
Exactly. And then later on in the week, someone that I had worked with on a reality show back in Florida hit me up, and he was like, hey, are you still here in LA? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, I'm sending you a call sheet. Be at this location on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. So I was like, there you go. So I was like, all right. What am I doing? He's like, you're doing grip work. So that's like lighting department and like setting up like bounces and all that kind of stuff. I show up to the location. I walk inside, and there's a bunch of Buffy like paraphernalia all over the place. So like over here, there's like Sarah Michelle Gellar and what's his name, Angel, and just more stuff over here,
David
more
Boreanaz,
stuff over there.
Yeah.
And I'm walking through a house. I'm like, what the fuck am I working on?
I mean, and you couldn't tell it was Buffy by the Buffy stuff. That was
well, it wasn't Buffy. It was like Buffy collectibles that were all over the house.
Right.
So I'm walking through, and I come to a staircase, and someone comes running down the staircase, and it's fucking Joss Whedon.
Holy crap!
So I'm like,
oh, I know the rest of the story.
I'm like, wait. I look at the call sheet, and the like the name of the show wasn't on the call sheet. It was just the initials, and it was MAAN.
Yes.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh.
So I was working the second to last day on that black and white.
Yeah, I remember that because I was like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It shakes. It's a. Are we in the Temple of Doom?
Kalima! Kalima!
would be great if we did have it on a bit and you actually have the heart, and then you just continue the interview.
So
what people don't know, Much Ado About Nothing was Joss Whedon's interpretation of the Shakespearean play, but he did it with all his like Buffy actors and everything like that.
It was
People
all
from
friends.
Firefly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they did it for almost like nothing.
Exactly, because people
Actually, I
don't know.
think they
Cool
did
little
for
thing.
nothing.
Every Sunday, while he was filming Buffy, he would do this Shakespearean night where people would come and like read Shakespeare. And so he finally was like, "Hey, let's do a movie," and they went and did that. And now we're inside the mind of Jordan Peele. All right,
that makes sense. So
this is what happens when you give the producer full control of the background. Everybody.
So long story short,
I think he doesn't like you. I think that's what's happening, and he's just going to
so.
continue to throw things
I
at
think so.
between the different reality shows that I was able to work on while I was in Florida and coming out here and working on that and meeting a couple of people over the course of that week, when I finally moved out here for real, it was because I was working on this dating show for VH1 that was shooting in New Orleans. So I drove myself out to New Orleans. I
Joe
put
is
myself
always around.
up out there.
Oh boy, this.
Perfect. So I'm
right.
in New Orleans working on the show. The show wraps.
No? Okay.
And
All right.
I still have my last paycheck, and I have one more paycheck coming. And my decision was, okay, I can either go back to Orlando and basically be out of work there, or I can drive out to LA, couch surf with a couple of people that I know that are living out there now, and try and find a couple of jobs.
What?
I drove out to LA with
I'm not gonna.
with my house, my car, the few things I had with me. Came out here, found a couple of jobs that week, worked freelance on a couple of things, and then slowly over the course of the next couple of months, just kept building up work.
That's super dope. Congrats, so dope.
Yeah.
So pretty much you just made it happen on your own by coming out here, just being willing to open things, being open to work on like different things.
Yeah.
Just kind of like grinding all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, for at least for me personally, if I hadn't have gone to school, I would be in a completely different place right now.
Okay.
Because like one of those jobs that I got ended up being where I met Joe, and that was five years ago, and then that all kind of came together.
Okay, so let me ask you this though, because you gave her like great advice.
These two want to be on.
So you've talked about how like one you can crash sets and like go and ask the production manager to get opportunities and whatnot like that. But let me ask you this: so people always ask like, how do you break into Hollywood? Let me ask you this: when people who move out here, because like Black Week say wants to work in voice acting, someone said they want to write. What is tell our audience what is something that you should not do? Like, what are the things you shouldn't do to avoid like getting blackballed or avoid getting pushed out the industry?
I mean, number one is going to be don't be annoying. You don't want to pester people. You don't want to keep calling people and being like, hey, did you get that email that I sent you? Hey, I sent you this thing. Did you get it? Did you see that thing that I sent you? So you just don't want to be that guy.
Josh, it doesn't get more boring than listening to your dumb story. Just kidding. Green. We have too much light. So, what are they? Why is it up like that? At the ceiling,
Because
what are you doing?
because I need to put the mic up to the mic. You idiot.
Yeah. Do that way.
Tomorrow a.m. Wait. 1 Minute Critic, we are doing the Mandalorian panel tomorrow morning. We are live on Instagram. They're live on YouTube.
Put the Thunder Down Under thing back up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shout out to Jezzer, who was definitely a stripper at some time, stripping
that's
for
right.
PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get any worse than that in your life. So yeah.
GR20 is
Oh yeah, you can watch it after dark actually, where Jezzer will admit that he stripped for a PS4. I mean that is better.
PSP.
Oh, never mind. Actually, that's a lot better. A PSP, because those are rare and hard to get at that time. Nope, they were hard to get. I agree with stripping for a
I
PSP.
caved in, bro. Johnny, this is for you. I caved in. Check it out.
Oh, look at the
What'd you
shoes.
get? Oh, way to go! Congratulations!
Wait. I got new ones too.
Oh snap!
Joe
For people who aren't on
is-
Instagram live right
check
now,
out.
Joe just got 2 pairs of sneakers. He's got a pair of
Oh,
J's,
no,
a pair of
actually-
Force Ones.
Actually, Johnny, I got 3.
He's got 3.
Oh wait, go back. Oh nice, you got the gold ones too.
Yep.
Look at you. Welcome to the
Chester's like,
sneaker
what?
game, Joe. Welcome to the sneaker game.
Welcome to the sneaker game.
Thank you, Jordan, for sponsoring me.
You mean Jordan Peele? Your alter ego?
Your half brother who you won't claim.
I don't know.
We didn't mean to.
Show is gone.
We didn't
Alright.
mean to interrupt your show.
No worries. Hope you guys are having a good time in
Look at him
Chicago.
right now. Look at Jez right now.
By the
Alright.
way, don't get shot. It is Chicago. Don't get shot. It is Chicago. They have the no gun signs everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Do they have one in your hotel room?
We're in the super, like, what?
Do they have one in your hotel room? Like, no guns.
No, we're in the super bougie part of town, though. Like, we're in like the Beverly Hills of Chicago.
Oh,
Super
wow.
rich.
There you go.
It literally, we bought a split. We bought a small. Let me show you the pizza. We bought a small pizza today.
They can't see that. Oh my God, they
No,
can't.
no.
Check it out. How do you open this fucking box, man?
Leave it up to Joe. Some things are so hard to
Let's get
manage.
to the inside.
How do you open with his
This is
meat
the
hook
pizza box,
hands?
right?
Like, you saw how big his hands were. What was it? What was it at WonderCon? He had like the hands,
Anyway.
fucking sausage fingers. It's horrible.
For me?
Yeah, like they're back to normal. Joe's hands were so large at WonderCon because I think he was smacking the
Oh, no,
shit out of
yesterday,
everybody.
Yesterday, my hands were pretty fucking like pitched like catcherments also. But
This is not good.
but yeah, we bought a small pizza. It cost us $23.
$23 for a small pizza?
Sounds about right.
Yep, $23.
God.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jezzer, for calling in.
Hey,
Wish
you
wish
fucking
Johnny
heard me. This is our show.
hey, wish Johnny good luck.
Actually, no. This is After Dark, one time only. When you go to Chicago or go to New York Comic Con, guess who you leave in charge? Johnny and Daniel.
Boom.
Bye, Joe.
Stay
Bye,
live with us right
Joe.
here. Live from Chicago, the better team.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
hey,
No, it's
hey,
not.
and
No, it's
also,
not.
Turn off your damn feed. Turn off your damn feed. You turn it off right now.
You stop
You
that.
turn it off. You stop that feed. You stop it.
I'm not turning off anything.
Look,
Hey, you turn it off.
Hey, Jay Leno. This is our time, Jay. This is our time now. This is our
yeah.
time, Jay Leno.
Yeah, Jay. Don't do that shit. We're saying goodbye.
The A team is here in Chicago, in Chi-Town, tearing it up as the B team's holding it down back home.
Hey,
that just ended.
You know what? You
Wow,
know
I don't
what?
know your connection.
You know what? Wait,
Just
but you know
why?
what? But you know what though? I ain't got no problem with that. Because the B Squad and Power Rangers SPD became the A Squad and held it down, and they were the true stars of the show. Booyakasha.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
Back to your story,
All right.
Josh.
So where were we?
So
were
you're saying,
interrupted by
all right.
Jordan Peele, who just shows up
exactly.
everywhere.
So Jordan Peele and his little sidekick.
Yeah.
All right. So before we like,
Was that tattoo from Fantasy Island?
I thought it was actually.
The play.
It definitely was.
all right. So you're saying before we wrap up though, like again, like everyone always talks about ways to break into Hollywood.
Right.
There's like so many different ways to
Right.
break in. Just give like. After wrapping up really quickly, what are some things people should avoid doing if they're trying to break into this industry?
So like I was saying before, someone annoying interrupted us. Don't be annoying.
That's one.
It's like I said, it's you're just gonna pass for people and you're gonna be like, I don't want to deal with this person anymore. I'm just gonna stop talking to them. I'm gonna block their number. Just go away. Leave me alone.
But doesn't persistence help when it comes to like, hey, I want that job?
Being persistent, yes.
Okay.
Being overly persistent and annoying about it, no.
So when do you know the line?
Yeah, that's a good question. You have to kind of take it on a case by case scenario. Like one of the best things to do is ask that person, be like, hey, if I don't hear from you by Monday, should I follow up with you, or when would be a good time for me to follow up with you? Just because I'm sure you're probably busy doing whatever it is that you're doing. So let me know when I should reach back out to you.
For sure. So it's like being social and being like knowledgeable about social cues in a way.
Right.
So not being pushy, but just being like aggressive and showing that you really want this.
Right, and then after you get your first job, again, don't be annoying on set. Like make it clear. Be like, hey, this is what I want to do. So if you can put me in any positions where I can learn about this kind of thing, that would be great. But also understand that you're a PA and your job is to take out the trash, make coffee, and keep the set clean and go out on runs for things. Like that is legit your job. So do that, but also, like I said, make it known that you want to do other things and let them know what you want to do. Because if you don't tell people what you want to do, they're not going to know where to put you. Like you're just gonna be working as a PA doing this stuff for your entire life, which is not. It's
Not ideal.
no, like being a PA, like as long as you're on like a good show, it'll pay well, and you can definitely get by on that money. But you're gonna get burnt out.
So ultimately, like a step kind of system before you go. Like from PA, is it next immediately PC, like production coordinator?
Well, no, I mean it depends on what you want to do.
Okay.
Because like if you want to go if you want to be a cinematographer and you want to shoot, from being a PA you would move to being like an assistant camera, and then from assistant camera you would move to being a camera op, and then from being a camera op then you would move to like being a DP. But if you want to do lighting, then you would move from being a PA to being a grip, and then from being a grip, you can start doing like all the other jobs that are entailed there. And then eventually you'll be a lighting director. And then if you want to direct or write, those are completely different areas of the thing too. And like being a PA that's working in production, you can't necessarily transition easily into being like a writer's assistant or to being a director. Like you can get access to the director, but not necessarily the way you want to go. If you want to be a writer's assistant, the best thing to do is to like reach out to the production and be like, hey, I want to be a writer's assistant. How do I go from being a PA on the show to getting into getting into the writer's room? Because if you don't tell people what you want to do, they're just going to assume that you're happy doing what you're doing.
All right.
That makes sense.
Well, and Cthulhu's behind us now. About to devour the world.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
So,
That makes sense.
as the world's about to be devoured, it looks like a good time to end. So, Josh, I guess thank you for coming on.
Yep.
You actually gave some
He
knowledge.
won the water. I think you give him the water. Oh,
There you go. You get half a bottle.
wow.
It was
Wow.
productive.
That's turning down your gift. Wow. So I mean that was. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for showing
Back to
up.
your box. Back to your box.
My car, which is parked right outside.
It's not a car if it doesn't drive. It's not a car if it doesn't drive.
I just got it fixed. The rules. I can go anywhere I want. You're stuck at home. Your home doesn't move.
And that's the problem, ladies and gents. That's the problem. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. All right, everybody.
God.
So, check it out. So, here's the thing. Thank you again for tuning in to our After Dark one time only until New York Comic Con with Joe and Jessica out of town again. So here's the thing. As you guys know, make sure you tune in for Thank God It's Sunday, because tomorrow night we have Sci Factor. We'll be talking about gargoyles. We'll be talking about Orville. We'll be talking about the Star Wars trailer and a bunch of other cool things. We'll also
All
have
on Facebook, man.
Yep, all on Facebook. We'll also have the wrestling show tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about the week after WrestleMania. And then if we get a chance, we'll also have the Star Wars show, and we'll talk about the trailer. You notice we didn't talk about it tonight because we're saving that for the Star Wars show. Let them like break the ice on that. But Sci Factor will be talking about it as well.
Sci Factor will.
Exactly. So Sci Factor will be talking about it as well. Sci Factor will be talking about it as well.
Yay!
There. Yeah. All right.
We're gonna fire every one of them. Every one of them are no jobs tomorrow. None.
Cut it out almost. All right,
None.
but here's the thing though. But real talk though, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope you had a great time. Hopefully, again, we'll do this again with Joe and Jessica to your Comic Con. But as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending.
In geek pop culture.
We out.